Welcome back to Christian Press Daily News and Commentary for April the 8th, 2026. I am Larry McDowell, and today we'll begin to concentrate on one story once again, but with many facets this time: the war in Iran. Let's start where we left off yesterday. Catching up the story from yesterday's broadcast, Sunday, Easter morning, Trump wrote on Truth Social, his own social networking platform, that Tuesday will be Power Plant Day, all wrapped up in one with Bridge Day in Iran, and there will be nothing like it. Open the F and straight, you crazy B word plural, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, President Donald Trump. Trump's post was met with great criticism, and we discussed it yesterday. Shortly after the post, Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote a response beginning with this after reposting an image of Trump's post. Everyone in his administration that claims to be a Christian needs to fall on their knees and beg for forgiveness from God and stop worshiping the president and intervene in Trump's madness, unquote. She continued stating that the president has gone insane and all of his supporters are complicit. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She continues in her post. You know who has nuclear weapons? Israel. They are more than capable of defending themselves without the U.S. having to fight their wars, kill innocent people and children, and pay for it. Trump threatening to bomb power plants and bridges hurts the Iranian people, the very people Trump claimed that he was freeing. Again, Marjorie Taylor Greene. And she said that Jesus commanded us to love one another and forgive one another, even our enemies. She went on to slam Trump for being a fake Christian and that his words and actions should not be supported by Christians, stating that Christians in the Trump administration should be pursuing peace and urging the president to make peace. Greene was once one of Trump's biggest allies in Congress, even spouting many of Trump's conspiracy theories as though they were fact. However, she broke with him over the health care subsidies and over the release of the Epstein files, eventually resigning in protest from Congress as a result. There are many more reactions on Sunday to Trump's post, many calling him insane and unhinged, calling for Congress and the cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment, and others calling for Congress to return and begin impeachment proceedings. Then, as the final deadline drew near Tuesday morning, Trump put out another insane post. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. Continuing, however, now that we have a complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary, wonderful can happen. The post continues, who knows? We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in a long, complete, complex history of the world, 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the people of Iran. The rest of the day was spent with a great amount of speculation and consternation on cable's news programs. Many politicians spoke out against his wording, again calling for the 25th Amendment. In fact, Trump was, through his wording, violating the Article 52 of the Geneva Convention, which states that you cannot threaten or terrorize a people just to win. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, a Democrat from New York, said in a joint statement with his leadership team, Donald Trump is completely unhinged. His statement threatening to eradicate an entire civilization shocks the conscience and requires a decisive congressional response. Minority Leader Jeffries continues, the House must come back into session immediately and vote to end this reckless war of choice in the Middle East before Donald Trump plunges our country into World War III. The sheer volume of calls for his impeachment and the invocation of the 25th Amendment mounted all day. Even his former supporters, right-wing allies in the media, such as Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, were turning against Trump on the Iran war, with Jones calling for the 25th Amendment. Tucker Carlson stated, it's vile. It begins with a promise to use the U.S. military to commit a war crime. Those people who are in direct contact with the president need to say, no, I'll resign. I'll do whatever I can do legally to stop this because this is insane. And if given the order, I'm not carrying it out. Tucker Carlson basically said the same thing I said yesterday. If he's given an illegal order, he shouldn't have to carry it out. I taught this as a drill instructor in basic training. The Pope called urgently for parties to find peace, while others urgently called for the ouster of Trump, saying he has irreparably damaged the reputation of the United States for a generation to come. And that's the truth. He has done this. Then he came out with a reprieve about an hour and a half before the deadline last night. Trump posts, based on conversations with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent to Iran, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. So we get a reprieve. We get a 2-week reprieve if Iran manages to stay with a ceasefire for 2 weeks. The leadership in Iran really does not have 100% control over its forces. Now for my commentary. Trump has been unhinged for years, and many of the things he has done to hurt American people and threaten democracy. But the last few days, he threatened Armageddon. And that's not his call to make. That is God's call. He is one Jesus warned about in the wolf in sheep's clothing for some, but he is a ravenous wolf to me and any other good Christian with the eyes to see and ears to hear. A Christian would not commit all the crimes that he has committed in his life. I named off a bunch of them yesterday. He wouldn't take food and health care from the needy. A Christian certainly would not start unprovoked wars, killing thousands of civilians in the process. Of the countless crimes the felon Donald Trump has committed over the years, it is his war crimes that he orders others to commit that make him the most deplorable and despicable person ever to inhabit the White House. If you cannot see that, just remember, he used a bone spur in his foot as an excuse to get out of Vietnam. 5 times. You know how you cure a bone spur? Arch supports, or at the worst, a minor surgery. Notice he complains no longer since he is not eligible for the draft any longer. And notice he walks just fine. He was a coward who refused to do his duty as an American and paid doctors to get out of it. Now he is killing our military members and countless civilians in an unprovoked war. His irrational behavior in the past warranted the 25th Amendment, but wake up, loyal sycophants in the cabinet, and frighten Republican congressional members. He needs to go. This is probably not a well-known fact, but Vice President Vance was the only one at the cabinet meeting the day they discussed this war with Iran who spoke out against it. Even Rubio was silent, or if not supportive. While I may disagree with the continued support of the rich, Vance may likely continue over the poor, he is at least not insane, as far as I know. That's just one man's opinion as a minister of God. This is Larry McDowell for Christian Press, asking you to choose your news sources wisely. The devil's out there filling many media with lies and deception. Come back tomorrow as we continue to put the truth as constantly asked, what would Jesus do?